Hello, boys and girls. Hello. How are you guys doing? Guys, you're completely right. My title is not matching. And am I live? Yeah, I'm live. Why late, OP? I'm on time? No, it's a live stream. It's a live stream. I am on time. And I'll get my friend Sagar Shah to join me soon. And I think I messed up the title. Let me check what I wrote in the title. Yep, I messed up the title. Let me edit it. Let me edit it, boys and girls. Purple scissors, no purple scissors today. They are safely in this bag, as you remember. Let me fix the title. Okay, guys. How are you doing? Let's see. Gonna check. Is this part 1? Yeah, that's part 1, guys. It's always starts with part 1. This is a here are some chess, guys. Some chess here, as you can see in the stream. Oh wait, sorry. Here's some chess from yesterday's exciting match between India and Armenia that ended so abruptly. As this game ended by a disconnect, I'd like to take a close look because I was fascinated. I was thinking about this position when the match was over. I was thinking about this position. Thanks, Vishal. All good, good. You know, there was a lot of time to think about it as we were talking with the general Emil Sotovsky and Samay and so on. French Japan's promotional video was lit. Actually, a good point. It was a brilliant video. It's on my Instagram and on YouTube. Oh, sorry, and on Twitter. It was an epic video done by a genius video producer. I don't know how to say that. He did everything. He filmed and yeah, no, epic. But as I had a lot of time to think about this position yesterday, while we were talking, I was only thinking if it's not by any chance like winning, but actually it's not winning. It's not winning. But there are some tricks here. There are some tricks. Yes, having breakfast still here. Having breakfast. I think there might be some internet issue with my friend Sagar. Might be an internet issue because he is not there. Udav says, "Love the video with Sopiko. You had us in the first half." No, I tell you, that's the same. It's referring to the same video. It's epic. It's an epic video. Oh yeah, the Rajabov. The Temur played well, but it was very unfortunate their match. They had to play just one game in the Armageddon, and oh my god, what a game! What a game! Okay, I think Sagar might be joining. Chess-based India. Let me admit him. Hello, Sagar. Hi, you there? Okay, I think everybody can wait. Nobody can hear you. Wait. Do you know why not? I have desktop audio on. Oh yeah. You're genius. Say something.
Now it works. Now
yes,
it works.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that bug in OBS which we need to.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to add you, and I'm going to make sure. That you are not leaking. Which is 1 second. I will add you into the. Sagar, why are you in the corner of your camera? Do you see it? Ah, like that.
I have two cameras. So
okay. You're professional, yeah. One for Sagar Shah and another for Chess-based India, I guess, yeah.
This one is where I show people the face, and the other one is when I go have guests on stream so that they can see me.
Okay.
Just like you, yeah.
No, I have one.
Are we
camera.
already?
We are live. Yeah, we are live.
Okay.
This is good. Guys, just please be patient. I'm cropping Sagar, and as we all know, it's very hard. Even some expert streamers leak links all the time, as we know. And I will avoid that. And it's actually very easy, Samay. It's just you just do studio mode. That's all. Sagar,
Yeah, the studio mode.
know-
Yeah,
you knew
studio
that.
mode is. I know the studio mode, but it's just like I think there should be OBS training sessions. Maybe it will be useful.
Definitely more useful. I mean, I'm currently planning my chess training session, but this is definitely more pressing. Yeah, the OBS training session is definitely more pressing. Okay, Sagar, look. I will do a transition now. Look. And there you are. Okay, guys, did it work?
Amazing.
No, it works now. Okay, Sagar, you are beautifully there. Thanks very much. Excellent.
Okay.
I had. Did you actually have a look at this game of yesterday's between Nihal and Petrosyan? Sorry, Martirosyan.
Yes, I had a look at it, but I didn't analyze it deeply. Also, because you had told me that we would look at it here, so I wanted to learn from you.
Nice. But I mean, before that you didn't look. Before I told you that we can look at it together.
Yeah, no, I looked at it in the live commentary, so we were having a look at it. But to tell you the truth, I felt that White has absolutely no possibilities to win in that endgame. Maybe I'm wrong.
I can understand. Briefly, I thought the same. So you can open the game separately. That would be easier for me if you open it separately.
Yes.
I can
And
send
which
you the link.
move number?
Do you have the link? Do you have it already opened?
Yes, I have the game in front of me. Which move number?
Okay, so first of all, crucial. Okay, let's go to the move. Let's go first to the move 30, Bishop of 1. So this is where we first. When it first gets interesting, so White maybe has some pressure against the b6 pawn, yeah. What I really like is this move Bishop of 1, because briefly before Bishop of 1, it looked like maybe Black has active Bishop, on c6, active Queen on f4. Maybe he has some good counterplay. After Bishop of 1, he points out that okay, I defend g2 forever. Your knight is not active, so there is no counterplay. But this was a nice move to establish, who is pressing for advantage. It was very important in a time trouble.
Nice. Right.
Then he went knight c4. The knight was sent to d6. I think Black probably should have avoided this. Maybe Bishop d5. Maybe Bishop d5 should have tried. But okay, he allowed knight c4, knight d6, g5, 34th, queen b5. Already a pawn is falling on b6. So it was a queen b6. Yes, g4. Okay, Black tries some counterplay, of course.
Yeah.
And Nihal finds this. He can, of course, also try to go queen b2 instead of queen d8. And after g3, try to bring the queen to f2. But he finds this idea queen d8, g3, queen f6. Yeah, that was very nice. That's how he got the endgame. And after takes, knight e8.
If there's a tactic, then Nihal finds it.
Yeah,
usually.
Of course. No, and the funny thing is, all what we saw now from Bishop of 1, it's of course all played on like 10 seconds, yeah? Obviously, there is no need for time.
Yeah.
And I played it many times. I don't know if he does it on purpose or intuitively. I think it's not on purpose, it's probably intuitive. Like also when we played Bullet, he likes to drop low on time sometimes. And especially also in bad positions, he likes it. Because then you think like, you have a good position, you have more time. You think like, it just demoralizes you completely. Unless you know it, of course.
Yeah.
The first few times I played him, winning positions and more time, I completely relaxed. Like, why, what's the issue, He's collapsing. But that's the trick. That's he starts to, for him it doesn't matter, how much time he has. He's just so fast. So all was played very quickly. And now it was a remarkable moment. So obviously he has an extra pawn. Obviously. Okay, one second. Let me check if the stream is, one second, if everything is running well.
Yes. All is good. I'm checking here.
Excellent. So he just has an extra pawn. And what is surprising that he did allow a trade of knights. That was a very, very big mistake, of course. I mean, as long as you keep the knights on the board, you have more winning chances. That's like you should only simplify. In general, in an endgame, if you are a pawn up, you should only simplify if you know the arising endgame is winning. So, for example, if you have knight and rook against knight and rook, and let's say 3 against 2, you should only trade knights if you think that the arising position is winning. Otherwise, as a rule, you just easen the task of the defender, trading pieces usually. So this was a very
good advice, actually. And I think here, you say that after knight takes d7, bishop d7, the drawing chances of black are higher than if white kept the knights on the board.
Well, what I should say much rather is that after knight takes d7, bishop d7, it is either a win or a draw. If we keep the knights, it's just a position where you have huge winning chances. So the reason you should change the knights is if you think you are winning. I mean, if you just want to play for practical chances, you should keep the knights on. And it was, I can understand why he did it. So, see, if you have these instincts of playing without increment, and everyone has these instincts, because especially people like Nihal or Ali Reza, those who are super experienced, they have these instincts in them inside that are built in for no increment chess. And no increment chess is where flagging your opponent is an integral part of the game. It's just a normal part of the game. And I understand because I also play lots of bullet and blitz without increment mostly. So in that case, such a position, it's much easier for white to play without the knights, because there is no counterplay at all. You can here pre-move 200 moves. So his instincts are like he has the instincts for the no increment chess. Whereas
downsides of bullet, very subtle downside which you don't even understand.
Yes, because in fact the right instinct is to avoid trade the knight. But of course, in a bullet game without increment, things can go much more wrong without the knights, because black will have counterplay. Maybe you blunder your d4 pawn, maybe you blunder this pawn one day after the knight makes 300 jumps, somehow. Maybe he will give you check somewhere. You hate checks in bullet, So at the same time here, you keep objective winning chances also. You keep them. There are some chances. But mostly you can play, let's say, g3 and you can pre-move a million moves. Nothing can go wrong. So I think that is one of the reasons why his instincts told him to do it.
By the way, in the chat, we have Grandmaster Srinath, who is the coach of Nihal.
Wow.
And he says Nihal probably just trying to find good moves, so he goes low on time.
Yeah, it's perfectionism. Sorry for chewing. Just I had to. It's my new laptop, so I had to set up OBS. I had to set up my hair, and there was no time for food.
And you also had to make sure that this video happened before India's next round game. So there was very less time.
And this, of course, I am in Holland, not in India, so it's pretty early here. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. For me, it's pretty early. I mean, I wake up at 9, but still not time. Anyway, so yes, Srinath. The thing is that this dropping low on time, it's never intentional. Almost no one. It's always a thing. And Grishuk was, for example, always dropping low on time back in the day, and his time trouble was also tremendous. With age, this time trouble skills, they drop. Grishuk, for example, he remains an incredible player, but his time trouble skills have slightly gone down. So Srinath, you can already tell our friend Nihal that it's okay for now, for the coming 30 years, but maybe later he should... Okay, I'm kidding. No, but really, it's But the thing is that dropping low on time, it has these psychological advantages also, that your opponent gets demoralized. But it's never, of course, Nihal never does it on purpose, and nobody does it. Who would drop low? It's just a perfectionism, and you are being perfectionist as long as you can. But then at some point, you have no choice, and then you start playing fast.
Yeah. Well, it's better to be maintain your time properly, rather than trying to be perfectionist in, let's say, 80% of the game, and then the rest of the 20% you will anyway be low on time, so you can't play the best moves.
Yeah, so in general advice is not to be low on time, but when you are dealing with a particular case like Nihal Sarin, who is particularly gifted and particularly experienced at this early age, then these general rules don't apply. I mean, let's say I don't know if Nihal speeds up from earlier stages of the game, if he'll play better. Like we're dealing here with, when you are dealing with, maybe genius is a big word, but someone who is irregular,
very talented.
Who is gifted, who is different than average. Then these general rules don't apply. Then just let him do what he does. It works for him. So let's not judge. And but if you are an amateur or a club player and you are learning chess, being in time trouble is not good. Of course, try to avoid that. So we have here a super chat. Let me see. Anish OP. Okay, very nice super chat. Very easy to read. So
His name is also Anish.
Maybe he meant.
That's right.
Oh, but his name is Anish Raina.
Yeah.
It's a mix between me and Samay. If we have a child with Samay, it's going to be Anish Raina. Okay, so.
Okay.
I can tell you the thing about this endgame. So what I first would think, Black can go passive, and I can tell you why. You know, one time, I played the Bundesliga game. I was already very high rated, but I was not yet that experienced. Something like around the age of Nihal, let's say. I was also, strong grandmaster, but not yet man I am now. Anish, please join Samay and Sagar today for the India semi games. I'll join if I get invited. Usually Samay prefers to invite some very important people, some general secretaries and so I'll tell you about the game in Bundesliga, Sagar. So I had the position with d4 e5 pawn against just e6 pawn, something like that, from the French defense. My opponent played the French defense. We didn't have the f and g pawn. So let's say,
what was the pawns?
Let's say the pawns were e5 d4 against e6. So imagine I went g4 g5 g6 and traded. So I had this position, and at the start of this position, my opponent had like king on g7, and I had like a king on g5, something like this, and I was a bit excited. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm winning, I was thinking, okay, how do I, because pawn endgame is winning, of course, because of the Zugzwang element, and I thought that, okay, bishop endgame should also be winning. His pawn is of the wrong color, maybe some Zugzwang, maybe bishop f3, bishop g4, and all this thinking, and then the opponent plays king f7. I make some move, he plays king e7, he gives me this opposition that is in the pawn endgame is crucial, and then I realize, wait a second, no matter what I do with the bishop's on, it is a dead draw. Because of course, if I push d5, he takes. The thing is, without bishops, it's a win, because Zugzwang is a thing in chess. So Black at some point has to move the king out of the way of the e5 pawn. The Zugzwang is a problem. But with the bishops on, Zugzwang is never an issue, because Black will always make some move with bishop. He will always have moves. So this position is a draw, and I was already a strong grandmaster, but when the kings were not yet on e7, when the king was far away, I was still not,
Anish, why did you think that you had winning chances? Because it looks so obvious. There's no breakthrough. You can't attack e6. You can't even play d5. Where will you win from?
I can tell you why I thought I was winning at that point. Because the king was not on e7. The king was originally elsewhere. So in my head, I was trying for him to keep the opposition. Let's say king g5, king g5, king g7, I was thinking if he goes king f7, I go king h6 and I grab more space, Like in the, I was somehow not realizing, like for example, if white has a knight, it would be winning, because you can kick the knight king away from e7 also. True. So like, I realized it's easy draw when I saw he played king f7 and king e7. In fact, he did it from the other side, I think king d7, king e7, but that doesn't matter. Like, it didn't occur to me the moment, it's like, sometimes when you have the bishop of the wrong color and the h pawn, until they sacrifice the bishop, you don't get it, you understand? Sometimes you have this.
True.
I mean, by that stage I could understand it, but I didn't. Like I was pressing, long game, and then suddenly I forgot. I thought maybe I have good winning chances, and then as soon as he went king to e7, then I was like, oh yeah, of course, no, this is dead draw. So this was dead draw. This we know that, and that's also what we thought. And but here in the Nihal game, I'm back to Nihal game, move 4-6. The g and f pawns are still on, which could make a difference, maybe. Now, well, first point. So Nihal pressed g4, g5. I think he has to do it anyway, so he did it immediately. First point I want to make. Okay, Nihal brought the king to h6 slowly, to h6. That's where I am. On move 62. Now first difference. If black plays 62 king e7, which is where he wants to stand, now I have king g7 and f7 pawn is a huge weakness. So it is not the same as without this. It's not
because bishop has only one square on e8 to defend, so you can put him in Zugzwang, like bishop h5, and then he has to move.
So again, Zugzwang starts playing a role. Here it's a after bishop e8 indeed is a mutual Zugzwang. Let's say king g8, and also importantly, let me show importantly, if black plays 62 king e7, king g7, bishop g6.
Okay.
Now, Zugzwang is very nice. It's bishop g4 is the easiest Zugzwang.
Right.
If you move the bishop, I move bishop to h5.
Bishop h5.
And if you move the king e8, I have bishop takes e6 idea.
Bishop e6, yes.
And if you give me king d7, okay, I have also d5, also king f6, I grab the further space. So we should already establish that the endgame is not exactly the same without the g and f pawns. Now the question is, can black keep the king on f8 when white king is on h6?
I think there is no reason why black king should move, right? Because when the king is on h6 and king on f8, he can keep moving the bishop.
Yes, what I thought yesterday is if white plays, for example, so on move 64 he played bishop g4.
Okay.
There is a trick here. This is the one that I saw yesterday while thinking blindfolded about this position, while we were with the general Sutovsky. White has an idea of playing g6, bishop takes g6, and bishop takes e6. And for a second I thought, well, maybe it's winning for white. Actually, I didn't even see, because we got the news that black forfeited the clock. We didn't see the position. We saw the position much earlier. I didn't even realize, according to chess.com, they've reached this position. So Nihal even had this trick. And actually his opponent found bishop d5. He protects the e6 pawn. So now after g6, fg he needs to play. This is covered. And after king g6, king e7, we are back to that famous endgame.
The basic position, Anish position,
So this I also figured out yesterday without a computer. But then I was thinking, what if I go with the bishop to the other diagonal? And believe it or not, Nihal Nihal also realized that during the game, and according to chess.com, he actually reached that position. He went on move 69, bishop b3. Did you see?
Yes, 69. And that was the last move.
Incredibly, that is the last move. And you know, when I was thinking about this position in my head, I thought maybe it's winning. Because I do want to go g6 now. And again, if I win the e6 pawn, so if let's say, you play bishop d3, I play g6, fg, bishop e6, okay, that's obvious. I have connected pass pawns. They will just roll, slowly. Connected pass pawns always win. After bishop takes g6.
So Anish, to make it clear, if after bishop b3, bishop d3, g6, bishop into g6, bishop into e6, king, let's say I move the king away, bishop away to say e4, and you play the bishop away to b3, is this position winning for white?
Yes, this is what I was thinking yesterday as well. It actually is winning. It's completely different from what we saw because white has a passed d pawn. So my idea is very simple. I play d5, d6, then king g5, and I want to get the king to f6. And if you go king to g7, I will go bishop d1, g4, and your king is not anymore in the it's called the square.
And you play d7. You play d7.
Yeah. So if I go king f6, I win g7, and if here I go bishop here, and then I play d7. The king is far away from the square. If the king tried to come to rescue, let's say here, just showing it to the people, then okay, king f6. And now it's many ways to win. I can just push this, like this, for example, and trade this pawn for this pawn, and then this pawn will win. So I actually saw this idea of this g6, bishop takes e6. So I thought, well, it could be actually winning. Also, what I think that I would have first transferred the bishop to b3, then pushed the g pawn. But okay, Nihal, first I would bring the king to h6, then I would push the g pawn. But Nihal managed to push it anyway, because I would be worried that maybe black would stop the king. But anyway, he managed that, so it's fine. But here actually, there is a defense, and it's the only move.
I know. Can I say bishop f5? Would that work? Because it's g6, fg6.
Yes, exactly. This is also I thought about it, but then I thought, what if I make a waiting? Is that not a Zugzwang? I play bishop, let's say bishop c4. Is that not a Zugzwang?
Yeah, because if you move your king to e7, then king g7 is strong.
This we spoke. You cannot allow this king here.
Yes. And can we go bishop g4 now?
Bishop g4. Okay. I have few questions. First of all, bishop g4. I have g6, F takes.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
but now we reach your
no,
we
no, no,
reach
no,
your
no,
favorite.
no, 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 wait.
Why King E7?
King G5, G6 FG, King G5.
G6.
FG.
Oh, you didn't take on. You
No,
didn't take on FG.
I'm tricky.
Oh, you
It's
played
more
King
important to
G5.
gain the tempo on the bishop.
Oh, what a move! What a move. Okay. What about Bishop H3?
Yes, Bishop H3.
Oh, King F6.
Bishop H3. You have to play Bishop H3 immediately instead of Bishop G4. Move 70.
Okay. Oh, okay. If I play on move 70, Bishop G4, then G6, FG6, King G5,
It's
and
winning.
followed by King F6 is winning.
It's
okay.
winning, yes.
So I play Bishop H3 there, okay, as a waiting move, 70th move.
Yes. Actually, I'll be honest. I did not see Bishop H3. What I thought about, and I thought that Black also draws with King G8 here. It was the move I thought that draws.
Yeah. Okay.
But and I thought finally yesterday when I was thinking about this position without computer, I thought, okay, this is draw, like this King G8.
Yes.
I did not see the bishop move. Somehow it didn't occur to me. I thought King G8 is good enough, because G6 I will take FG and bring the king to E7 anyway. And
Right.
But this is remarkable, and this could potentially have been a trap that Black could fall into. Honestly, could. But Bishop H3
After King G8, is it winning?
amazingly, yes, amazingly. But it's very
Okay,
hard.
1 minute.
Try to find it.
Let
I
me
didn't
see.
see it without computer. I thought this is a draw, but it's actually
Okay.
not.
So here G6, if I play, you have to play FG6 because Bishop G6, Bishop into E6 is good for me. But after FG6, now if I go King G5, you go King F7,
Yeah, no,
and
it's
somehow Black
nothing.
is
Yeah,
very
as
solid.
long as the king is on E7. So that's why I thought G6 doesn't work. I thought about D5. I always thought about D5. ED Bishop
Yeah.
D5 and this break. But ED Bishop
Yeah.
F, King F5, this is nothing. You
King
cannot-
F8, King
nothing.
F8, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And if you make a nothing move like Bishop B3, I'll play back King F8, and this is not a Zugzwang anymore.
True,
And it
true.
looks it's very hard to find. It's very beautiful actually. I mean, it's very hard to find a win here.
Okay.
Zugzwang, guys, those who are new to the stream, first of all, like the stream and subscribe to my channel. But but what I want to say.
Before I tell you Zugzwang,
But
please
Zugzwang,
like.
yeah. First, like, if you want me to tell you what is Zugzwang, please like the stream and subscribe to my channel. But Zugzwang means that every move you make is worsening your position. In case of endgame, Zugzwang means that you are in a position where if it was not your move, you would be fine. But it is your move, and every move you make will lose. That's a Zugzwang. So it means that, well, Black would be doing fine, but yeah. But because he is to move, he will lose. And this is a very common technique in endgames, especially in pawn endgames, in many endgames. In pawn endgames, for example, if not Zugzwang, it would be all different if you didn't have to move. But the problem with chess is you have to make a move. So sometimes you want to not make a move. For example, you want to stay with the king somewhere to defend, but the rules say move the king. So Sagar, very hard. Very hard.
I was thinking, can we shift our bishop to h5 and go g6? But then it doesn't seem right because after fg6, bishop g6, he just plays bishop h3, and I don't see any way to,
The problem with the pushing g6, Sagar, is that it's the same, right? And then he moves the bishop away and brings the king to 6. G6 break, exactly. It just doesn't lead us anywhere. G6 doesn't lead anywhere.
It has to be a tactical break. G6.
It's this one, Sagar, is super hard. I didn't see it. I can show you also. But you can try because I didn't know it's winning. Try one more time.
You know, the thing is that there are so few options for white that something should work here.
Yes. But I will definitely help you. So G6 break here.
Wait. Can we, like, when the king is on E8, can we put the bishop on G8? Can we put the bishop on E8 and then king F8? Again, no, but G6, no, there's no idea like that. But
so the winning position, Sagar, is after 69, bishop b3, bishop f5, bishop c4, king g8. Yeah, bishop is on c4, king is on g8. That's crucial. I will give you a hint. After bishop f5, if I play bishop a2, king g8 is a draw. Only after bishop c4.
Bishop. 70th move, king g8, and now.
68, sorry, 16, sorry, the game finished after 69 bishop b3. This is where the game finished.
Right,
yeah?
right.
White's, black's only move here is bishop f5 that he had to find. Now
True.
I play bishop c4. That's the best trick. Now if I played bishop a2 instead, you could play king g8. And it's a draw.
Okay.
But after
Okay.
bishop c4, now king g8 is lost. Only move is, as we said, bishop h3, not bishop g4 because g6, king g5. Bishop h3 is okay because g6, king g5 doesn't attack it. You can play king e7. So only move is bishop h3, but why not king g8 is the question, because I didn't see why. I thought king g8 is a defense. And with bishop on c4 it's winning, and my hint is it's bishop on c4 is winning.
See, if the bishop is on a2, it cannot shift to the other diagonal. So here there's definitely something with related to bishop. Got it. Bishop a6, king f8, bishop c8, and then d5.
And if you move the bishop elsewhere after bishop a6, king f8, bishop c8, bishop c2, now we once again get our g6, bishop takes e6.
Wow.
Now there's one question I have left that I forgot to ask myself, and that is why after bishop h3, bishop a6 does not win. Oh, and now I see why. Now I see why. Okay, it's very nice. So after bishop a6, after 70 bishop h3, we have the position, right?
Yes.
How does black defend here?
So if bishop f5, bishop c8, bishop e4, does that work? Because now g6.
G6?
G6 is winning, because if bg6, bishop e6, if I have g6, bishop e6.
Yes.
So but do we have like bishop f5, bishop c8, bg6?
No, bishop takes e6.
That's
even worse. That's even worse. Yeah.
Horrible.
Actually, it's really not so easy, you know, this endgame. So you see, the thing is, white tries to push g6 first with bishop on g4, then with bishop on c4, and then with bishop on c8. That's the best attempt, on bishop on c8. So here is still a draw.
I was thinking bishop g4, d5 is coming up.
Sagar, you have to remember, how did you defend when bishop was on g4?
Bishop d5 I played. Okay, can we go bg2?
Yeah, bishop g2, it's the same. Bishop on c8 or on g4,
okay.
It's the same. Bishop g2, bishop c8, bishop d5. You have to always, you forget about g6. g6 is not a square to protect. g6 I will always get. You need to protect the e6 pawn, so that after g6 you can take fg and then be in time to bring the king to e7. So you have, the whole position is about both sides focusing on e6 pawn. So bishop attacks on g4, I defend bishop here, bishop attacks from here, the other bishop has to be here or here. We only focus on that e6 pawn, and then it's a draw. Yeah, so actually it's a draw. But it's not as trivial a draw as the e5 d4 against e6. Without these two pawns, it was not
absolutely. I mean, I think if Nihal just moved his bishop around, it was highly possible that black could have fallen for this trick, because to see all of these ideas is not easy.
It depends. So let's say if black player would be if he is very calm and collected and plays very fast and has to take this critical decision like bishop g2 with, let's say, 30 seconds or 1 minute or 20 seconds, and he is very good. He is a very strong player, by the way. Martirosyan is very strong. He's one of the best blitz players of not only in the youth but also in general. So he is one of the players who was capable of it, I believe. But even for a top player, for any player, I think it would be a challenge. Let's say if you drop under 2 seconds and keep making only have this 5-second increment or something, or that increment only 5 seconds, then you can easily panic, of course, when you see this stuff. Because you know, it's if you are feeling a little bit dizzy and you are, so you can always fall for some kind of g6, bishop e6 thing, if you're not alert. But yes, if you have time and you figure it out, it's possible to figure it out, definitely. But I think let's say there were it was not a dead draw, so there were odds here, of course, there were odds. But if black was onto the endgame, if he understood, that would be no. Then it's a draw. So. It depends, but there were tricks. It was an interesting endgame, and again, as I told you, while I was thinking about it myself, blindfolded.
Anish, After 71st, after king g8 line on 70th, if you go bishop a6, here if you go bishop e4 now,
You know what's the difference now? After bishop
because
c8, bishop
bishop
d5,
c8, I want to play bd5, yeah.
g6, you have to take, otherwise g7.
Yes, the king
And the
is misplaced.
king is not on e7. That's the problem. That's
Yeah.
indeed the whole. That's why king g8 is bad. It's like you don't see yet when you play king g8 why it's relevant that the king is not. It's far away from e7.
True,
But in this line,
true.
it feels a bit wrong, right? Because it should be on e7.
Yes. You should keep it on f8. That's like you go to g8. You should feel, but you don't know exactly why it's wrong. But now you proved it with the variations.
Yeah. And I mean. And as I said, like, I don't know how good these guys understood it. I found it quite remarkable already that Nihal tried bishop from g4 and bishop from c4. Already he tried both things in that game. Black also defended from both so far. And now Nihal should have tried... okay, Black defended so only from bishop g4. From second one he had no... he got disconnected. But Nihal would try the last trick. I'm sure he would find this last trick with bishop to c8. And then it's curious, yes, if Black would... because very well played. Because for me it was not obvious. I was thinking about it all without computer yesterday. And I saw this g6 idea. g6, bishop e6. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe it's somewhere Zugzwang, maybe not, you know. Sorry. Maybe it's Zugzwang, maybe not, maybe it's... I felt it has to be draw, but I thought like maybe it's chances, I don't know. So it's very interesting. Interesting stuff, Sagar.
So if I have to summarize this endgame, if we go to move number 69, where the game ends, White's only chance lies in the fact that he can get g6 followed by bishop into e6 ideas, or somewhere this d5 break. These are his two main ideas. Otherwise, White cannot win this by zugzwang, like trying to get the king in or anything, right?
No, and d5, d5 only when bishops are pinning each other, not like d5. Right. D5 when Black cannot go e takes d5, because e takes d5 simplifies it further. Yeah. Right. So yes.
And also, very importantly, king from f8 should not allow the White king to come to g7. Correct?
Oh, definitely. You must protect.
So
you must guard these squares. Yeah, you must guard the g7 and f6 squares. Yeah.
Bishop must keep moving, but bishop has to move in a way where it doesn't allow to g6 and then the e6 pawn is hanging. So therefore on 69th move, bishop f5 is the only move, which is very important. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to sort of put it back in order for everyone to understand this. Bishop f5, and if now you go g6, you can take with the pawn and everything is protected.
e6, the only thing you care about is e6 pawn. You don't care about this g6 pawn. You care about the e6 pawn, and you need king e7 afterwards. So basically what you need to understand, first of all, you need to understand that position where we trade g and for f and have the king on e7 is a dead draw. This is what both players realized immediately. Yeah, they know that. It's very easy for them. But then still you have to find a way. So bishop f5, then this bishop a4, bishop e4 back is very important. Bishop d7 and bishop d5. Now this is important. And again g6 you take and king to e7. So yeah, in a way, much more instructive endgame than you would think at first. It's not instantly obvious everything.
Oh, it's tremendously instructive, because for me, I mean, the key point was the 70th move, where after bishop c4, I have a only move here, which is bishop h3, which is very difficult, I think, for I mean, if you give it as a puzzle to someone to solve, I think they would go wrong here, because first they have to identify that any move by the bishop on the b1 diagonal goes to d6.
Yes, you know how you find bishop h3? The reason why bishop h3 is the only move is because of so-called elimination. So if you play king g7, you cannot allow king g7. If you play bishop on the diagonal b1 h7, then I have g6. You cannot take fg because e6 falls. So you have three moves. A strong player will quickly identify three moves. They are king g8, bishop g4, bishop h3. And now only a player who thinks very hard, or is lucky, or intuitively can say bishop h3 feels best, you can do it. Bishop h3 feels best intuitively, you can do it, definitely. But you have to identify bishop g4, g6, fg, king g5, getting a tempo on king f6. You have to identify king g8, bishop a6, that is kind of sick. This I didn't see myself yesterday without computer. And
Yeah.
if you identify, because bishop a6, bishop e4, bishop c8, bishop d5, g6, fg, king g6, and king f6, the king is not on f8 to go to e7. If you identify all of that, then by elimination, so-called, you realize, and what's wrong with bishop h3? They say nothing. That's why I play bishop h3. Not because bishop h3 is fantastic, because it hits g2 or something. It's not because of that. It's just because bishop h3 is the only move. The other only move would be to say pass, but it's too fun.
Yeah.
Pass would be the
In
easiest.
chess, it's not allowed. Pass means you just stay here for all the moves and white can't do anything because this is the best formation. But in chess, you have to make a move. So that's why bishop h3 is the only move. Yes. Brilliant. So instructive, Anish. I'm so glad you called me. I learned so much in like 30 minutes. And I'm sure even the viewers got to learn so much from this.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about this kind of endgames is that it is easy to understand. Like it's very hard for all the levels, but once you understand it, you can explain it to also amateur player or club player or beginner, because it's relatively simple. Yeah, so it's possible to understand it. So I think it was nice. It's nice.
Yeah. Also, I think what Anish saw very quickly and what was obvious to him is not very obvious to everyone here. And so it helps that you can actually go through this video again and try to understand. If you have any doubts, try to think logically and clarify them. It will help you to understand the concept of Zugzwang and Bishop endgames much better.
Yes. No, Sagar, thanks for your time. It was great. Now I know you have to prepare for the stream of India against Poland, right? Poland today is the
Yes. What do you think, Anish? India favorites?
Yeah, against Poland for sure. But beware. Polish are famous for a very strong women team.
Really?
And also, yeah. Well, comparatively, so Poland is very famous. Like it's like Armenia amongst men. They are always overperforming. Armenia is famous for winning a few Olympic golds, despite never being like the first seed by rating. This team spirit is there. The man team spirit is there. Levon, of course, was always been there, number one. But then, of course, they don't have like the other top players. So they have Sargsyan, who is very, very strong, and many others. But they are not the same world top 10 or anything. But they are there with the team spirit, very famous team spirit. And Poland is the same. They are somehow never so high rated, but they are always performing better than their rating. In the women Polish team is famous. Yes, I mean it's pretty famous. What is also very important is the guy Duda. This guy Duda, yes, especially in fast time control, beware. Trickster.
And also, I mean, trickster. Anand versus Duda is like, Duda doesn't care for big names. Yeah, he wants to beat everyone.
No, Duda, Duda is one of the guys who made me reevaluate a few things, honestly. Some of my games with Jan Christoph, I can tell you I played a lot. I have fine score, rapid blitz, fine, about equal score. I win sometimes, I lose sometimes. But my losses against Duda, they have made me to think, that he's a very different player from me. He is highly opportunistic. So like looking for opportunities in a good way. Opportunistic is a good word for chess. Looking for opportunities. He doesn't have this. I used to play, especially before all this rapid blitz lockdown stuff. I used to play. If I feel that this is the best move, I will make it, no matter practical odds. And if he sees that in that move there are more tricks, he goes for it, and then opponent falls, fall for tricks. And I always felt, that this is not right. You cannot play like this for tricks. You cannot play for this. But it was working, So then I started to think maybe he has a point. And Duda is one of those players, the Duda and Alireza and some others, that they made me to think about my own chess, and they made me to change few things and see the situation differently. So very, very dangerous. Vishy Anand, he's not afraid of Vidit. He's not afraid. Hare Krishna is not afraid. He's not afraid of anyone. He just plays for his. He just plays very ambitiously, very good tactical vision and tricks. So definitely beware of Duda on board one.
Sure. Well, thank you, Anish, for these insights, and I'll run and I'll get the stream ready.
Yeah, later. Okay,
thank you
the
so
chat
much.
Chess Base India, guys. Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
See
you.
Okay, guys. Okay, wait. I'll close this one. Thanks for Sagar. Thanks to Sagar, guys, for joining. It's so nice of him to join. He has also his own stream, of course. Okay, let me close this one. Okay, close the guest. Yeah. So very nice of Sagar to join. Yeah, we have not much more to do. We've discussed this endgame inside out. Thank you. We have so many viewers, guys. I never have so many viewers. It's really good to see that so many viewers come for chess. Probably for Sagar's personality and his not just personality. Personality is a separate chapter. Very, very kind person, but his professional ability to explain things, man, and how he likes to go back, focus again on what matters, try to bring your attention to things that matter. It's very, very impressive. Sagar is a great teacher, seriously. It's incredible. He is wise beyond his years, as they say. Yeah, guys. So thanks for joining this my modest channel, my modest stream. As you know, my channel is full of instructive endgames and occasional unboxing videos. So that's what we're doing here. My laptop is being a good boy so far. New laptop. It's delivered the full-fledged stream. No bugs, as you saw. Incredible. Even the Naughty mic, the Yeti Naughty, is also working. Very nice, I think. Very nice. Thanks Ayushi Sharma for super chat. Going to spam laptop in Chess Base India. Do that. No, Sagar is a pro. He'll be in time. I'm hoping to follow. Okay, please join Sagar for India versus Poland, says Utkarsh. Yeah, I'll try to join if they invite me. I don't know if I can stay throughout the whole thing, but I don't know if I can stay throughout the whole stream and stuff, because but I will try definitely to drop by for sure. I'm going to be following. I watch their commentary always, guys. It's tremendous commentary. I always watch it, and the way they speak, the passion they bring, they would get me excited even about. I think even about I don't know, Samei playing Fall Guys with Emil Sutovsky. I would even be excited for that. The way they bring passion, but in particular when they bring passion to chess and this exciting online Olympiad, I'm just totally mesmerized, and I'm watching it with great passion. And the chess level is pretty high, and also the entertainment level is huge. It's fantastic stream they do, and the Indian players delivering also. All players delivering, of course, but the Indian players, the ones they're rooting for, of course, delivering also tremendous chess. That's always nice. It's a good combination of great commentary and also players being all in good shape. So I think it was great. I'll see you guys on the let me check. I think it's on Sagar channel. Let me just check briefly. They're doing commentary on different channels. They're switching channels around. I think today India versus Poland, yes. Chess Base India channel. 896 people are already waiting. 896 are just waiting. It's going to be a huge stream. Do enjoy it, guys. I'll see you there. Bye bye. Okay, for reals, bye bye.